Hello, everybody. I am Frank. Today we talk about more than 20 years of construction in Canada. Tell the truth. I landed in Toronto, Canada in January 2003. I found the first one in July after half a year. Construction site survey work. More than 20 years. We have completed dozens of projects, large and small. From factory school, hotel houses to high-rise residences. Everything. From the 3rd floor underground to the 60th floor above ground. Heaven to earth. Everywhere. Below. From my personal experience and understanding. A brief introduction. In order to face the unfamiliar construction industry in Canada, people who were interested helped. The content includes how to find a job, required basic conditions, what to do, the reality of the construction site, what's the salary like, the secrets of layout work, employee benefits, etc. How to find your first job. I'm an engineering major. Worked in civil engineering construction in China. Supervised real estate development, etc. on my own terms. Find a job related to this. Was the best choice at the time. Due to go into a place that is not familiar with people. No relationship available. I can only ride one. Borrow a bicycle to get around. See where there is a tower crane at the construction site. Go to the foreman. Introducing myself. Passing or resume is the dumbest way. But from my personal experience, still quite effective. Of course, if there are the recommendations of the staff of this kind of work, opportunities will naturally be more and more secure. This is explained in detail later. Required basic conditions. Have taken relevant courses. Relevant work experience is ideal. But it's not a requirement. You could say that anyone can take survey work. Even those who don't speak English. Just simply communicate with people. Because on the construction site, as long as you can understand the drawings, lay out correctly, as long as the workers can understand. It requires too much language communication. It doesn't matter what major. I knew it. There are computer learners in our line of work, saying good job. Nothing is not a problem. As long as there is a chance, just follow an experienced surveyor. Can't you do chores if you don't understand the drawings? Some of my assistance is to find the labor directly from the construction site. Just do what the surveyor tells you to do. But if you want to earn more, to be promoted to surveyor, you need to be able to read drawings, including architectural drawings, structure diagrams and various specifications, and learn to operate the level, laser level, transit, and total station measuring instruments. This requires systematic learning. I'll talk about what a surveyor does later. Surveyor. The main task is to put the things on the drawings, spread to the ground in a 1-to-1 ratio. It looks like this on the template. Carpenters and rebar guys. The concrete man will draw the line according to you. Formwork. Tying steel bars, pouring concrete, etc. under normal circumstances. The next day after dismantling, a section of finished concrete project appears in front of you. Easy to say. It's not an easy thing to do. First you need to familiarize yourself with the drawings. Advanced manufacturing foreman schedule requires. There's a lot of work involved. And it's dispersed. You need to distinguish the order before and after 1, 2, 3, etc. Secondly, it should be reviewed at any time after the inspection. Check if the workers are doing it correctly. If the requirements are not met, need rectification. If it is a high-rise residential, after entering a standard floor, it's all assembly line work. The workflow is familiar to everyone. It's pretty fast. It is often the workers behind you urging you to stock up. They came up to weave templates as soon as you finished painting. It's very easy to make mistakes in this case. And when you're done pressing and found something wrong and wanted to change the time, then be prepared to be scolded. Actual construction situation as in decades-old workers at construction sites. I want to tell you, the construction site is very dangerous. We have to be very vigilant. Otherwise, you will be the next to get hurt. Construction sites are stacked with various building materials. Templates are made of steel or wood. All kinds of steel bars include ordinary rebar, etc. Embedded parts, scaffolding, plumber, electrician, steel pipeline, Plus, the overhead crane is rotating on foot. Trucks carrying materials are constantly shut. These are sources of danger. When working on the construction site, there are no injuries. It's common for legs to be punctured by steel bars. Bleeding from arm to wire is even more commonplace. I still have a few spots on my legs. Scars scratched by steel bars. That's why I hate steel. Thumb smashed in half by jack. Blood. I still remember it vividly. Stumbled and fell into the pit. I almost lost consciousness. These are the lessons of blood. There are also various toxic substances piled up on the construction and explosive chemical dangerous goods. I don't know when you will be recruited. Therefore, wear a helmet before entering the construction site. Wear safety boots. Wearing an orange vest with cross stripes. The workers have just entered the construction site. The first lesson is to be examined in various trainings. The evidence wave. The person in charge of security will speak. Tell me where the nearest hospital is. Map the route to the nearest hospital. In case of emergencies, injured person can be sent to the hospital for treatment as soon as possible. Besides, due to the weather, wind and sun, rain and snow, these are the norm. In summer, I sweat in the heat of 35 degrees Celsius. In winter, with winds as cold as -30 degrees Celsius. Reinforcement worker holds rebar on site by night. I can't stand the cold. If you lay out the projection in this harsh environment, can you bear it? Of course, usually in this extreme weather, the construction site will be shut down, although such extreme cases are rare, but not without. So, I always comfort myself. The air outside is fresh, little pollution. Walk at least 10,000 steps every day. Is exercising. Don't you have to pay to go to the gym here? Here you not only exercise your body, also make money. What a bargain. People need some make you spirit. Salary level. When it comes to the salary issue that everyone cares about the most, it can be said responsibly. Salaries in the construction industry are good. Whether it's a civil engineering work, plumber to electrician worker, income is in the middle. Get a wife and start a family. Raising children is not a problem. According to union standards, from $32 an hour for apprentices. By the end of 4 years, $45 an hour. It can be said that it has crossed the threshold of high income. The numbers listed here is the wage level offered by the union. Other jobs pay more than that. Like a surveyor's salary is $49.75 an hour. The assistant also has $38 an hour. This is the normal wage for 8 hours a day. For more than 8 hours of work, an additional 50% is required. That's 1.5 times the original salary. This includes 50% of the overtime pay for the basic company. 10% vacation pay. The portion of the federal pension CPP that needs to be deducted. CPP to unemployment insurance accident, tax, union monthly fee. Union fees are deducted at 3% of wages. Under normal circumstances, the union will leave 10% of the vacation money in the union first. I'll send it back to you in a year. You can also apply at any time. The union can also send it to you. This is your net income. To be honest, I pay too many taxes and fees, of which your union fee, plus the same amount of money paid by your company, will go to your union pension. When you retire, retirement will be sent to you every month at a certain just like union. Leuna 183 if you earn enough for 30 credits. It takes 1,200 hours for a credit. About 1.5 credits a year. You can receive your pension in full. That's about 5,800 for general company. The previous week's check will be issued every Thursday. So Thursday is also called payday. The most complete staff ride. Some newcomers are Moonlight Clan. They can't wait to delay the grade. The wallet bottomed out before the weekend. I've seen people who take taxis to get paid. Are you exaggerating? In addition, the construction unions and employers associations every 3 years renegotiate the contract according to the inflation rate of the previous
Adjust the
3
rate
years.
of
Salary increases for the next 3 years. Trade union members vote. Do you agree to this adjustment? After waiting for confirmation, share it in different proportions each year. If the majority disagree, the unions will organize a strike. In 2022, due to the COVID at that time, inflation is very high. The price between labor and management is not negotiated. The unions have been on strike for nearly a month. It is finally confirmed that it will increase by $8 in 3 years. Because I'm idle, I even built my own flower bed. The secret to measurement. Everyone wants to make more money, but not everyone can do it. How do you do that? You have to do your job. Usually work carefully. Make as few mistakes as possible. It's not that it can't be wrong, as little as possible. Especially don't make big mistakes. It is not like the Chinese drawings to solve the quota. The details are standard atlases. The drawings here are confusing. Since there is no standard atlas, all the details are marked on the drawings. It feels so dense, messy and documented. Beginners are at a loss. It takes a while to get used to. First, understand the drawings. The problems raised by others will be solved in a timely manner. Secondly, give yourself enough time. For example, pouring the floor concrete. You have to look at the drawings carefully that day. Calculate the distance between beams, columns, and each axis. Mark clearly. It can only be replenished calmly when changing the sample. Third, if possible, arrive at least an hour early the next day. Measurement and layout. Complete layout work before workers start work. I used to start layout as early as 5 o'clock. It was pitch black. Shine a flashlight. In order to have the courage to complete the task before the workers go to work. Fourth, check again. Double check. Find mistakes and correct them in time. This is the key to not making big mistakes. The fifth, inspect frequently. Let the assistant do some routine work. Mark the height of concrete with nails. Standard hole. The height of scaffold, etc. You have time to walk around the entire construction site on your own. Sixth, construction according to the change anything on your own initiative. In clear place. Communicate with the supervisor in a timely manner. Seventh, pay attention to details. The smaller the place, the easier it is to ignore. Check the drawings frequently. Don't rely on memory. Tips for raising wages. If you can be good, complete most of the tasks mentioned above. Congratulations, you have the ability. The boss is eligible for a salary increase. The education we received at home was, you can't make mistakes. This is absolutely wrong. People make mistakes. There is no one in the world who does not make mistakes. I remember on my first day at work, an Italian foreman told me, everybody makes mistakes. This is me so far. The most human thing you've ever heard. Everyone makes mistakes. Just don't make mistakes so often. As a surveyor, burden of responsibility. Everyone else can make mistakes. The cost of rectification will not be too high. But the surveyor made a mistake. It could be a big mistake. For example, the position is wrong when it's about to be knocked out and redone. If you miss a column, you have to cut the pole. Start from the ground. If the elevation is wrong, the responsibility is greater. These mistakes are fatal. One mistake, I guess you'll have to leave. Such as elevating the height of the wall. At most, it takes an hour to knock off the board. Not a big problem, but what if a wall misses by a meter? I've seen a construction site here at Scarborough Town Center, a caisson company. Due to the wrong direction of the surveyor, all completed dozens of caisson with a depth of 10 meters. The filling with aperture of 1 meter is deviated by 1 meter. Due to too many errors, it will lose a lot if you redo it. They had no choice but to invite the architect show up, redesign the drawings according to the location of the existing installation to minimize losses. Barely solve the problem. So to forge iron, one must be strong oneself. You think you are doing a good job, you can ask the company for a raise. It doesn't matter what excuse you use, such as gasoline costs. The company will make a good choice. If he is satisfied with your work, they'll give you a raise. This means that you need to have capital that is exploited by capitalists. If that doesn't work out, you can contact other companies to change jobs. In my experience, Changing jobs is a shortcut to a higher salary. Union benefits. Let me briefly introduce it here. Benefits for union members. The benefits for union members are very good. If anyone is interested, you can look it up online. There is a link to the guild below. If you pay your monthly union dues on time, $43 can be 100% reimbursed. Prescription medication from a family doctor. You had your teeth cleaned twice a year. No more than $3,500 a year to repair glasses. Pay $450 every 2 years. Wife receives equal treatment. $400 a year for children under the age of 18. $2,500 for orthodontics of children. Attorney's fees, funeral expenses. Long-term care insurance. Overseas travel insurance is readily available. Even our dentist is lamenting. The benefits of the union are really good. The union also offers various training courses. If you feel tired, you want to do something easy, you can go from worker to surveyor. You can sign up for the guild's training courses. Use your spare time to learn how to read drawings, how to skillfully use various instruments. About 2 years after graduation, you can look for a job as a surveyor. In this way, your salary will increase significantly. There is a more convenient way. Do labor work at the construction site first. It's the easiest job. No skill required. Then work as an assistant to the surveyor. With his help, you'll soon master the basics of measurement. Also sign up for a trade union training course. Learn to read drawings. As long as the foreman of the construction site you'll soon be in that place. This is the fastest way. I have introduced a few people into the lane, but you have to remember, there is no turning back. Once you step into the construction site, it's hard for you to change careers. Compared to the leisurely office, can you withstand the wind and sun outside? One last thing. I'm only talking about the union 183 situation. Other unions like the Carpenters Union, Local 27, Labor Union Local 506, and the Reinforcement Workers 721. Plumbers Union. The Electricians Union benefits are all similar. If anyone is interested, you can go online to find out more. Okay, that's it for today. See you next time.